Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And this time, be reviewing, which is it is still playing in theaters, and that is could be the review of the animated film, the recent animated film, Sing, that was released technically last year, but still from during the last Christmas 2016. Now, Sing is another animated film from Universal Illumination Entertainment. You know, from the creators of the Despicable Me franchise and Secret Life of Pets. Now, I didn't see Sing till when it was when we entered the new year in 2017. So, and I already made my list of the favorite films I liked of 2016. So I couldn't say I would have included by the time I didn't see it, so couldn't. But I finally did manage to see it, and I really did enjoy Sing. And if I did, I would put it. Since I did enjoy it, I would put it on my list of the favorite films of 2016. I think I would have put maybe in my top 5, maybe. I would have. So yeah. So I would have been able to put it on my list if I did say it around the time though, but I didn't. So, but if I did, I would put it on my list of favorite films of 2016. I would. And when it opened on the 21st during Christmas and had competitions with Rogue One, of course. Even despite opening in second place for Rogue One, being number 1 again, it still it had a solid opening weekend, and it is right now still continuing to make money. It is still a hit, but it's a budget of $75 million, because with these anime films from Universal Illumination Entertainment, you know, the budgets don't have to be that. The budgets for these anime films are not that big. They're like minimum around the 70 million making. Because Secret Life of Pets was around that budget, and it was a huge hit. Same with Minions. So now I doubt that Sing will make the same amount of money that Secret Life of Pets did, because that was released in the summer. This was released around the Christmas time. So if this film was released around the summertime, I think it would have made more money. But since it's around the Christmas time and the winter, so I doubt it will make as much money as Secret Life of Pets did. But I like Sing, and I think the voice cast did a really good job, and especially for the main voice is Matthew McConaughey, and I enjoyed Matthew McConaughey as an actor. I liked him, and I really did like him in Interstellar, and I liked his other past films like A Time to Kill and even Dallas Buyers Club. I enjoyed him as an actor for a long time. And other ones, you have Reese Witherspoon, who voiced another anime film that was Ginormica, or Susan, in Monsters vs. Aliens. But also, of course, from Legally Blonde as well. Other movies as well. So, but I enjoy Reese Witherspoon as well. And Scarlett Johansson as Ash, the porcupine. Which I thought she did really good, because I like Scarlett Johansson, especially playing Black Widow in the Marvel films. John C. Reilly as Matthew McConaughey's friend, well, the character Buster's friend, who's a sheep. He's a sheep, but he's also sort of like rich, I guess. Taron Egerton, who's a star in Kingsman: The Secret Service as Aggie, which I enjoyed him in Kingsman: The Secret Service. I did a really good job in that film, and I thought he did a good job as Johnny, who's the character who's the gorilla who wants to be a singer, try to get out of his dad's gang. And Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy, as this mouse named Mike. Now, as I said before, I'm not a fan of Family Guy. I never cared for the show. I even never thought the show was funny. My brother, he's a fan of the show, but I'm not. But Seth MacFarlane, I thought he was decent when he did the voice, and he was in Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. He was that character who was like he wears that suit, but when he's out of the suit, he's like in a gaseous form. And he's speaking with a German accent, at the end he's like, telling Jeffrey Tambor, like, something's like, just you suck my ectoplasmic schmutzstücke. Yeah, that was Seth MacFarlane. I thought he was decent in that, though. And even though I'm not a fan of Family Guy, which also I have not seen A Million Ways to Die in the West, that didn't seem that interested either. But I thought voice-wise in this film as the mouse, I thought he was fine. Tori Kelly as Mina, who's this elephant, which I think that she was like contested on American Idol. I forget what season it is. I was like, I hardly ever watched American Idol that often though, but I just had to look it up. So I guess she was like one of them on American Idol, I guess. I thought she was fine as well. But so overall, the voice cast was very solid, and the critics liked it. Even though it has a 70% Rotten Tomatoes and 7.3 IMDb, which is good ratings. I would give it a slightly bit more higher. And also, this is like 2016. This is the second anime film that had the whole entire world, your setting of the world. They're all animals, no humans. Now I like Zootopia better. That came out earlier in March, and I would still say I like Zootopia better, still. But this one I do like. So and so the story is, Matthew McConaughey is a character's a koala named Buster Moon, and he said when he was a little kid, his father took him to this theater show, Broadway musical or stuff like that. And he dreams he wanted to own this theater, so his father scraped enough money to buy him the theater. And sometimes later, now the theater is now doing horribles, losing money. Sorry. He's losing money, and since he wants to meet up with his friend, that's Eddie, voiced by John C. Reilly, and he got some songs in here that's in the film about which I liked. When soon as when Buster is riding a spike, hear that song. Things of the Spencer Davis Group, give me some lovin', because I heard that song before and I like that song. Give me some lovin' every day, down. And while he's riding the bike, you meet with our other characters, like Johnny, who he wants to be a singer, voiced by Taron Egerton. He doesn't want to do what his dad does, who's a robber, and he doesn't want to be that. He doesn't want to be in his gang, and he wants to be a singer. And then you get to meet with Reese Witherspoon's Rosita. She's a pig, and she's a housewife, and she has I think it was 25 children, and she's like the super mom, but she has everything organized for the kids, and knows all the names for the kids, has everything organized, and when you first see her, she's singing Katy Perry's Firework, which that's the only song I liked from Katy Perry. Because I liked that because it was in Madagascar 3. That's the only song I like from Katy Perry. So, and besides being organized with her children, her husband is not paying too much attention. She's working and too tired and this and that, and he's like shows it's like, oh, okay. He's like talks in this sort of low voice and this and that. Kind of she feels kind of she feels like neglected from him though, but still, but she wants to sing as well. And then you see Mike, voiced by Seth MacFarlane. He's this street musician mouse, which he's kind of like a little bit gangster because it's like this weird as he's playing the saxophone. This one person drops a penny and he's drops a penny and he's like, "Hey, well, that's all you got to give me," and he forces to give up the rest of the guy's money because he shows that he's like a little bit crooked on that part. And then she shows Mina, voiced by Tori Kelly. She's this teenage elephant who has a very wonderful, who sings with a wonderful voice, and they said that like her mother or grandparents, said you should be a good singer, you know. And then you mean Ash, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. She another teenager who wants to be this rock star, and just basically with this douchebag boyfriend, but later she dumps him for seeing another with another girl because I guess he doesn't give two bits about her anymore. So after all that, Matthew McConaughey, Buster, is talking with Eddie that he since his business is going down, he comes with another idea that to keep his building because at this point he has no money and the bank has been calling, and so he tries to have a singing competition. Hopefully they'll get things much more going, and with a cash prize, which his secretary, who's been there for Mrs. Crawley. So they're making the promotional papers, right? And like for the prize, like for like cash prize, like $1,000. Her glass eye pops out and hits the Cavilli hits the buttons at 2 zeros and makes it advertise for $100,000. So, and then all the papers go flying out the window, they spread throughout the city, and our characters find the papers. And later there's a whole line filing in for the singing auditions. I'm not gonna get to every single one of them singing. That's just take too long. But of course, everyone's he likes some of them. Of course, there's a couple of them that are horrible. Everyone's lined up to see who's gonna be a part of the show. Well, of course, everyone except for Mina because she gets stage fright and she couldn't sing, so she was like she left on that, so she was like disappointed on that. And of course, you get this of course the thing which I never liked. They should stop doing that. I don't see how that's funny. There's this one I think it was like a buffalo or something like that kind. Fart jokes. He keeps like farting. And he steps on the snail, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And he keeps running, and he's still farting. I'm tired of hearing. I'm tired of hearing fart jokes. And like that. I'm tired of seeing that. I never thought they were funny. They should stop doing that. So that's one nitpick, though. But still, I just don't want to hear that. I don't never want to hear that. It's just I never thought that's funny ever. I hate just the farting stuff like they do in films. I don't see how that's funny. But all our characters, like there's main characters like this, except there's all this one that's Camel's like good like yodeling voice, and there's this trio of frogs. And they're gonna practice for the auditions, and of course there's these another annoying thing, these little foxes that like speak with Japanese, I think, and there's this really annoying song, and I thought they were annoying, and I feel like I just want to take them and kick them through a field goal. Just see this, it's pretty much the same thing how I feel about the Minions in the Despicable Me film, in the Despicable Me franchise. I thought they were annoying too. I never thought they were funny, and they never shut up, you know, and just yappy, and I feel like I would want to kick them through a field goal as well. That's one thing I never care for the Despicable Me franchise is the yellow minions, or Gru. or Guru's minions. Never care for those characters. I feel like I want to just kick each one of them through a field goal. Same thing I would do these little foxes like that song is just ugh. I feel like I want to kick them through the field goal as well. So yeah. So and they try to do their auditions like one part like Johnny he needs to practice like the piano, and Miss Crawley wants to give him some lessons, and Rosita is partnered up with another partner named voiced by this guy Nick Kroll, named Gunter, he's like this he's more of a dancer, and he's like likes being in tights and stuff like that, tight suits. So with she's partnered with him. And of course Mike, has this big ego, thinks he's better than everybody else. So, oh, I can do better than all of you, this and that. And Buster Moon, since he found out that he messed that about what Mr. Crawley did with the flyers for the money. So he puts what little bit of money he has in his trunk along some other things that'll probably worth be up to that point. Locks it up in his trunk. But he says he doesn't have the money, he decides to just go through with it anyway. And as the auditions go, one thing leads to another, that the frog band leaves, and Mina will actually kind of, even though she does kind of disappointed, she wants to go back and see if she can re-audition. But Buster makes her be like more like the stagehand. It's like, oh, it can be the show. You can be like the stagehand. And there's one accident where like a sandbag hits that camel and he gets sent to the hospital. So she gets to be part of that back in the show. And this is the part where Ash breaks up with a boyfriend for being from another one because he has nothing to do with her anymore. So he dumps her. She dumps him. And what else? His hard to with all these characters though. With Johnny, his father is planning another heist, and he wants him to be the driver of the getaway car. So he's trying to make him go faster. And one part he gets aggravated. He's like, "Oh, this and that." And then he goes too fast. He thinks he run over his dad. It's like, "Oh, that's more like it." So, and Matthew McConaughey, Buster, once he visits Eddie, who lives in this pool house, and since he knows that Nana's grandmother named Nana, who was like a very famous singer at that theater. She's still because she's very rich. So hopefully that he can have her lend him some money to help pay for that stuff. But that's not gonna work. Even when he pays her a visit to the place, it's a no. But even though it's a no, he wants to. He tells everybody he's putting to this new audition. He wants to be an exclusive first showing to impress her. Hopefully impress enough to like her give her the money. Give him the money. And I'm back to eating more gummy bears. Yeah. What I say it's my favorite candy. So Buster has him and Mina put the stage together, take some stuff off of the building, the glass and whatever, to build this huge stage to get ready for the first big show. And while that's going on, Mike tries to go to this cool club. First, he's not allowed in because he doesn't have that kind of money. But he goes to this bank for, I guess, like a loan. He gets this super hot rod car to impress this girl mouse. And these are the club, and he's playing cards with these three bears. And he cheats them out of their money, and then they want to like, eat him, so they go after him. And when the time when, and also when they're trying to do some last minute auditions, Johnny was supposed to be at the getaway for when his dad and his friends are pulling off the heist. He thinks he can have enough time to go to the auditions to do his last minute auditions, and then hurry back though. But there was a little bit of time delay, so he currently rushes back out, but it's too late. His father gets caught by the police. And he sees him in jail, and of course that's what you get to see in the trailer. You know, he's talking on what those things called he talked to with those phones, and he's like, you know, I was at auditions. You know, I don't want to be in your gang. I want to be a singer. And his father's like, how did I end up with a son like you? So, and then when it comes and he wants to ask, first he wants to impress his dad that he was gonna go in and steal the trunk where he thinks the money is in, because he has that mask on that his father and his gang wore, those rabbit masks, which is kind of funny because. Yeah, that's because everyone knows they're like the size of gorillas, though, who they are, but the little mask is not going to hide who they are. That's what I just find kind of funny. But he was originally going to go in there with the mask and steal the trunk, though, but he knows that's wrong, so instead asks Mrs. Crawley for more piano lessons to learn better. And then when the audition is coming. When Eddie and Nana arrive for the exclusive showing, just when Buster starts the show, Mike is being chased by the bear. He gets caught. He tells him, "Oh, Buster has my money." They barge in and they demand to open the trunk to get the money out. They break it open, they see all this stuff is in there saying that, that Buster lied. And the glass that they're standing on, because he made this water showcase glass with these glowing squids in them, is cracking. All the water bursts through, destroying the whole theater. It comes crumbling down. And the property gets repossessed by who was a woman, representing for the bank, Judith, who's this llama, takes the property, and now Buster is now living with Eddie in his pool house, and the rest of the gang come in to cheer him up, tell him, like, no, trying to give him, like, the advice that he told them before, and he says no, and then they just go and leave in disappointment. So now he decides to earn money by doing the job that his dad was, washing cars. And Eddie sees him, so like, okay, you wash, I'll dry, because he's a sheep, so his wool can dry the cars. And while that's going on, Mina goes to the rec side of the theater, starts singing. Buster hears her. They hear her sing very well. So he brings everyone back in again. They start build a new stage, and just to give no money, anything else, just to give a performance. Mike Rudy says, "Oh, there's no money involved. I'm out of here." But then when the time the show comes, I'll get to that part in a second. But as the show comes, the news is there. See that what's going on this at the rec site, and Rosita's family shows up, and Mina's family shows up as there as well. and Rosita gives like the first performance of the song, singing "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift. Shake it off, shake it off. And when they were during the one part where in the during like this first one, like where she's like doing the housewife part, and he does a change of wardrobe and comes out wearing this black suit with the same with Gunter, and decent I was like decent revised version of "Shake It Off," and everyone's liking it, and this is when Mike sees it on TV, and he's like, "Oh, I can do better," and then one person says, "Oh, really, Pipsqueak? You think you can do better?" And he's like, "Okay, you watch." So Rosita and Gunter, they give the first good performance, and then Johnny gives his performance next, which is another good song. If it was a Taron Egerton who was really singing a song, I thought he did a really good job singing of "I'm Still Standing." I know my brother, he likes that song. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If that's Reese Witherspoon singing that song too. They were all singing their own songs, and I thought they all did a really good job. Like Reese Witherspoon, Nick Kroll, and Taron Egerton, and then I thought they all did good. And also next was while Johnny was singing, his father is in prison. You see his friends and other cellmates watching the TV. It's like, that's my son, and now he's really happy. He breaks himself out of the prison to go run towards see him while he's being chased by the cops, and then. And then Ash comes out singing, but then Judith pulls the plug. It's like, "You're all trespassing on private property," and then Ash does stomping her foot, trying to get the people to clap and stuff, and sings the song, which the character Ash wrote her own song. Set It All. The song "Set It All Free," which I really like that song. To be honest, I really like that song. I was like, this is my big hello. I was like, here, never letting go. It finally sees not just a dream when you set it all free, all free, all free. I actually like that song. I think that's like my favorite song of the movie. And Scarlett Johansson singing. I thought she did a really good job singing the song. And of course, the funny part where do the rock star thing, like she's doing shaking the head, but also she's throwing her quills all over the place, and people getting out of the way from being poked. And it's like, she's like, "Is everyone okay?" And they all clapping. And then Mike's turn to sing, kind of like I guess how. Mike's style of singing is kind of like a Frank Sinatra type of singing, singing a song "My Way." That's why I describe how the way I sing. I think it was kind of like a Frank Sinatra type of voice, sort of like that. And while and still his Johnny's father is still being chased by the cops, and the police helicopters are over the stage. And Mike is since he's small size, he's trying to hang on from being blown away. He's holding on to the microphone while still singing. And then when it's Mina's turn to sing, first she still feels nervous, but she gets over it. And she starts singing very, very well. Even Mike's like, "Oh, you won't be as good," but when she hears her sing, it's like, "Oh," she takes off his hat like this. In amazement, but then the bears, they see, since they saw him on TV, they sneak up from behind, they grab him, and Mina's she starts singing, and she's these big foot, she starts banging against the floor, shaking the thing, and the back of the stage falls apart, And I was like, yay, you know. And Mike was about to be eaten again, but to get saved by the girl mouse that he liked. As they drive off, but one of the bears is still hanging in there. And then all of them, they all give like their final bow, and everyone's applauding. And even Buster sees that Nana there. Even she gives an applause, and knows that she's now impressed with it. Now she goes and buys the property, and then of course it comes the time when it all got rebuilt again, and everyone is there for Buster to cut the ribbon to the new theater, and then it ends with a photograph of them staying in front of the new theater, just like how Buster with his father was originally. So yeah, I enjoy Sing. If I was saw it earlier, I would have mentioned it would be in my top favorite films of 2016. But I didn't get a chance to see it at the time, so no. But after seeing it, like, because I saw it like last week, so. But I would put it in my top 5 of my favorite films of 2016. Somewhere in between there, but it would definitely be around there. So I thought the voice cast did a really good job. The animation was fine. The songs I liked. Well, songs from other singers that were added into it I liked, and the actors who did their own singing, at least if they did their own singing, I thought they all did a really good job. Like Taron Egerton's, Reese Witherspoon, Scarlett Johansson. I know Tori Kelly did because I know she was an American Idol singer once on American Idol, so I know she does her own singing. But Matthew McConaughey, I enjoyed. I thought he did a really good job. And also the voice who played Nana was Jennifer Saunders, who played the fairy godmother in Shrek 2. That she was fine as well. So the whole supporting cast members, even Seth MacFarlane, which I'm not a fan of Family Guy, I'm still saying that, but I thought he did a fine voice as Mike. The rest, John C. Reilly, the whole rest of the cast, Taron Egerton, who I like, the Kingsman Secret Service, I thought he did a really good job. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. And Scarlett Johansson, set all free, all free. I really like that song. That's like my favorite song of the movie. And I wouldn't be surprised to do a sequel to this, because even the same thing with Secret Life of Pets, because the whole Despicable Me franchise is a big hit wonder. I know number 3 is gonna be a massive hit too, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did a sequel to Secret Life of Pets and then a sequel to this, because that gets me interested how what process is doing afterwards of this film. So, but I enjoy the film, and I will gladly pick this up on DVD when it comes out. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do a sequel to this. But if not, that's fine. Like probably just now, regardless of the animated films with animals, that came out in 2016. I will still pick Zootopia better. This is me though, but I definitely like the film Sing. I really do enjoy it though, and it's still playing right now, and it's still making money. So, I'm sure I'm just giving a little of everything away though, but still, if anyone who has not seen this, just don't watch my review and go see the film instead. And if you have seen the film, then feel free to watch this review then, because you probably already know everything about it by the time you see this. So, but that's my thoughts on Sing. I gave it a thumbs up. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned on the next movie review, and we'll see you later. And once again, I enjoy Sing, and it'll be somewhere in my top 5 favorites of 2016. So I'll just give a mention to that. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.